Are you sitting? Are you sitting attentive just like I am here? Are you sitting attentive just like I am here? Are you sitting attentive just like I am here for long and longer period of time? Have you learned to sit? Have you learned have you learned to sit properly? When we say properly, what does that mean? One can ask. Sitting properly means like I am sitting. Sitting properly means that all my chakras, sitting properly means that all my chakras, chakra, however you want to pronounce it, yeah, are aligned in a row. And I feel that I am breathing in and I'm breathing out. We don't verbalize in our yogic and meditation culture that I am breathing in and I'm breathing out. It's a silent observation. It's life you are breathing in. It's life you are breathing out. The process of breathing is intermittent. It's so rapid and so natural. If only you learn to give gratitude to one natural thing, one natural, I would be more precise. That's what I do. I become more precise. I become more profound. I look at something that there remains nothing to look. If you only and only, if you mastered, first you learn something, then by practice you master it. If you only learn and master to one natural procedure that your body is performing at any given moment, at any given second, that itself, just one natural, you see, one natural procedure, just itself can change brilliant, can bring brilliance, can can bring brilliant changes in your life. You would feel life is very easy. You would feel life is very good. The one natural procedure personally that I pay gratitude is my breathing. Sitting attentive is this. I am sitting attentive right now. You see, sitting attentive, sitting attentive is this. I am sitting attentive is this. I am sitting attentive right now. My legs are crossed. All my chakra is in a row. I am paying gratitude of one natural procedure, which is breathing. Silent. You see what silent is? Have you learned to be silent? Have you learned to be silent? Silent observation. Through the Through silent observation, you are giving gratitude to the most fundamental natural activity, breathing. You are not verbalizing, you are just silently observing. You are not leaning forward, you are not sleeping, you are not hungover or under the influence of any type of controlled substance. This is a no no. If you want to experience life in its purest form, don't do these things before meditation or at all. It's up to you, it's your life. But I'm just letting you know meditation would work its best when you are completely sober and clean. First thing in the morning is the best time. You are not leaning forward, you are not bending over. Have you heard the term bend over? Have you ever bent over? Straight. Your hands are resting on your knees while your legs are crossed. Mind is compelling. Here, mind is pulling you very. Here, mind is pulling you with everything in its power to draw your attention to objects around you. Or mind is trying to draw your attention towards the objects around you. Or maybe is bringing numerous thoughts within. But you know, this is just a mind. If you do not bring your awareness, if you do not bring your awareness voluntarily, a thought would rise, but you do not keep the thought alive because it's useless. It's trying to make sense out of something which is unnecessary. So you do not bring your focus voluntarily, and the thought would subside. Then it would make another attempt. It would rise as it is rising. And then thought would subside. But this second time, when it made the attempt, thought already has lost half of its potency because mind or thought knows this being is maybe potent. Maybe this being, he or she, is not as influenced by me now because of Kriya meditation. What are we trying to accomplish in this practical meditation? Do you know the answer? There is also a thought which is rising in your mind. Maybe your name is Madeline. Maybe your name is Bridget. Maybe your name is Jennifer. Maybe your name is Mary. Maybe your name is Jackie. Maybe your name is Yolene. Maybe your name is Bryce. Maybe, just maybe, your name is Jonathan. The short of Jonathan in West is John. Maybe your name is Liam. There are things, as I have mentioned copium times, as I have mentioned numerous times, there are things that I not only can see, but I also have a spiritual connection to the beings, if you understand to what I am telling you. And it's not necessary or reveal the identification of the people. If you paid attention not long ago, a couple of minutes ago, when I mentioned when I mentioned a series of names, even though no one can understand, because I am saying maybe your name, the first name only is revealed. All throughout my messages, all throughout my retreats, or when I am delivering a message from the sacred or divine, I never reveal any identification, and I never will, whatever the time is left for me. You see, never. I give gratitude, maybe. I give gratitude, maybe, to these people. Maybe I have a good news for these people, whoever they are. As I said, not necessary to mention identifications. They would know. You see, they would just know that I am paying gratitude. And I am wishing all the best for the rest of the carnation. And I will be looking out, I will be watching over on my truth seekers, with or without my body. I have attained that through the dedication towards my spiritual practice, the dedication and devotion towards the service to mankind, the karmic yoga. Not only that, but also not to judge and try not to judge, and not to gossip or try not to gossip. Through all these good traits, which has become now the part of my essence. These essence are the only thing that we would carry in the end. So maybe any of these names I mentioned a little while back, maybe this is your name. And always remember that you are on the right path. You keep going and do not quit. The test is simple. One can ask that how do we know that we are doing the right thing? One can ask, how do we know that we are on the right path? You see, how do we know? The answer to that is, the more joyful and happy you are in the process, the more closer you are to the truth. It is a very simple test. You can test yourself anytime during the day. You can observe anytime during the day and ask a question, which is ask a question to who? To yourself. You can ask a question to yourself, and you can ask how fulfilled and how contented I feel in this moment, or how much I am driven by my mind or by my thoughts. Are you following me? You see, I never read any scripts when I deliver the words of truth and wisdom. Is if you pay attention, I always sit straight and look forward. I see the life supporting the accumulation as I speak the words of truth and wisdom. It just comes naturally. When you are one and you are going in accord with nature, nature also goes in the accord with you. You are unknown is made known to you, you see. So any time during the day you can test yourself that how contented, how contented I feel in this moment, any given second, any moment you can check yourself that how contented I am feeling with myself, you see. And if you are feeling very contented, if you are content, if you are content in the moment, if you are content in the second, if you are content in the moment, if you are content in that particular very second, if you are not led by the objects around you, excuse me, if you are not led by the objects around you, if you are not bothered as soon as you perceive a thought, if the thought has no effect on you, it does not take the charge, all these things, then you are on the right path. You have, congratulations, you have made yourself, basically, you got in touch, if you understand what I'm saying. You got you got in touch with truth. Congratulations. You see, if you are not fascinated by the objects around you, if you are not making sense out of the objects, which is a useless habit, if you are not making sense out of people, you see, then, and your mind of obviously, when you are not doing all these things, it's only natural that mind is not racing, isn't it? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Obviously, if you are not doing any of these things, it's only natural that your mind is not racing. So if your mind is not racing, obviously, naturally, you are joyful, you are contented, you feel fulfilled, you see. And then you say, I am in touch with truth. And then you just keep going, you see. Keep going. There would be times when you would feel under the weather. There would be times when you would feel a little overwhelmed or some type of, God forbid me, physical situation, unfortunately. So life happens. This all comes with life. You understand? Do not disappoint. Do not feel disappointed. If you understand what I'm saying to you, do not feel disappointed. Do not say, oh, all this I have done for nothing. This is all mine trying to play tricks on you. Whatever you have done, you have made the progress. It's not for nothing. You have made the progress. Pick up where you left off. It's very simple. You see what I'm saying to you? Pick up where you left off. You don't have to go to those AA meetings to know this wisdom. You see, I bring humor time to time. Anyway, it's a joke. I would never be the one who would tell you what to do. But I'm just saying, in those meetings, they tell you just pick up where, if you fell or something like that, or if you slipped, just pick up where you left off. So it's common sense. It's nothing special. You see, it's nothing special. It's very simple. It's common sense. There's nothing special. There is nothing wise about it. It's just common sense that, yeah, I have made the progress. Absolutely. If, God forbid me, I fell or I slipped, of course I'm going to get up and I will pick it up from where I left it off. If you understand what I'm saying, there is nothing superstitious or highly wise happening. It's just common sense, you see. Wisdom is also common sense, but the reason we don't feel wise, unfortunately, because we are cluttered with poison. We are cluttered with human conditions. Everything is conditioned nowadays. Even love is conditioned. You see, even love is conditioned. I see all around me, I feel, I see all around me, I feel everything is conditioned. You see, or for the most part. I am not disappointed in humanity. I'm not hopeless. However, there is a lot of work that need to be done. You understand what I'm saying to you? I scroll through social media. I scroll through social media and I use my personal observation. I scroll through social media. You see, it reflects what you see in yourself, what you see for the most part. If you are posting it, if you are wearing a t-shirt which has a message, if you are driving a car here in America, we have bumper stickers. I see a lot of praise in America about the bumper stickers, which is fine. I do not concern myself with bumper stickers. But I'm just saying that on the bumper stickers, on the t-shirts, these are silent messages. You see, silence is very important. So silent messages, these are that you are conveying, you are projecting how you think for the most part of the day. It reflects in your posts. It reflects what you have made out of yourself till to that point. In it reflects in your bumper stickers. It reflects in your the message you are conveying through the t-shirt. You see, it reflects in all that. So when I look at all that, I do not draw conclusions. That's number one. I do not draw conclusions. I have no energy to judge because that's useless. It's a nasty habit. But I just try to do my part, that as much, bring clarity as much as humanly possible. Bring clarity as much as humanly possible in your perception. Till my last breath, if you understand what I'm saying to you, till my last breath, I would keep doing and bringing clarity in your perception little by little. If you see, little by little, bringing clarity in your perception, and each time causing you to see each time, if you understand, each time causing you to see rather much clearly. You see? Each time causing you to see rather much clearly, if you understand. And I would keep going. I would not leave humanity. The reason I am seeing the hope is because of me. If everybody thinks like that, each one of us, if everybody thinks like that, each one of us, that the reason I see hope in the humanity is because of me, then this world itself would become a paradise. Have you heard that Paradise Lost by Milton, who was from England, I guess? Paradise Lost. So here we are, the humanity, the human beings, the children of God, basically. The human beings, the children of God, basically trying to. We all are the children. We all are the children of God, all of us, trying to claim our paradise lost. You see, that's what we are doing. We do it through numerous ways. Whatever the way works for you becomes the right way. There is no wrong or right way. Please know that. Whatever the way works for you becomes the right way. As Rumi, I'm sure you have heard of Rumi. Rumi said, there is no right or wrong way. Any way you find the truth is the right way. If you find the truth through religion, go for it. If you find the truth through spirituality, go for it. If you find the truth through meditation, go for it. Now, when we try to find the truth, we realize that there are several conditions, if you understand what I'm saying to you. We realize that there are several conditions attached to us personally, you see, but it's okay. The reason these conditions are attached to us because we are in this carnation in human body. We have karma. If there is no karma, the very evidence that I am talking to you right now, and you can see my body, and you can hear the sound of my voice, and you can hear the truth, the words of truth and wisdom to you, basically, is because the karma, this is all karma, what I have made out of myself to this very moment, to this very second, including the disorders I have attached to this body, including the diseases I have attached to this body. You see? So fear not. Do not feel, fear not. Do not feel scared. Do not feel overwhelmed. And I can tell you how you would not. First thing we need to remember, when we have a disorder, when we have a disease attached to us in form of karma, the the best thing you would ever do, I'm telling you pure wisdom to deal with this. I'm giving you the equipments. You see, the first thing you need to do basically is the acceptance the acceptance of this particular situation. If you see, first thing we do, we try to eliminate or at least reduce. Please follow my words. The first thing we do, basically, we try to eliminate or we try to reduce the contradiction in us. Because if there is contradiction in us, because if there is duality in us, because if there is friction in us, that itself right there is a weakness. You must be very strong to deal with long-term disease and disorders, and I can assure you I also have many, you see. But this is how I deal with this. And the level of the energy, the prana which is running through me, if you understand what I'm saying to you, the level of energy, the prana which is running through me is so above and beyond. Because when I observe the silent breathing, you can know, you can feel within your head. When I observe during meditation the silent, you see this is silent. So during silent meditation, I can feel the intensity of the prana trying to explode through my ears. Or because when we shed the body, it usually goes either through the ear, nose, sometime from mouth, but you can feel the intensity, that how intense it is. And I want to give you the present of raising your own life energy. Anyway, we are not going to be too bent. You have heard the word bend or deviate from what I'm saying to you. Accept the situation. Okay, I have this for its long term. You see, it's not going to go away in a minute. It's not going to go away in 1 hour. It's not going to go away in 1 day. It's not going to go away in 6 months. I hope it does. I mean, for myself and for everybody else. But we know there would be a miracle. Those are what they say, exceptions. Miracle happen, so we have to be hopeful in every step. So it's not going to go away anytime soon. So the acceptance. Once you accept the situation, okay, it is what it is, then there is no duality in you. You see, you gain strength. That you got rid of one, at least, if you understand what I'm saying to you, that you got rid of at least one thing which was trying to draw your attention, you see, and then you feel more stronger. The next thing is understand that how serious, the next thing is understand how serious you are, you see, with yourself. If we are in a situation that our chances or our possibilities, I hope you're understanding what I'm saying to you. If we are in a situation that our chances or the possibilities in this any situation, in a particular situation at any given moment, if we are that those our surrounding or the situation itself is unpleasant, is unfavorable, if you understand, or at least for the most part. So the best thing you can do to yourself is you need to recognize how serious you are to resolve the situation. And the best thing you can do in that particular situation, not to use two sentences. I wish I could have done, or I wish it would have been like this. You see, you don't wish in that particular situation. You see, wish is gone. Wish is not going to take you anywhere. You are facing a situation. You got to be realistic and truthful to yourself. You cannot fabricate. That's how I would phrase it. You cannot fabricate your imagination that I wish it could have been like this. No, you are not celebrating a pity party. You are dealing with a situation. You have to be ruthless and serious with this situation. You understand? You must have enough strength to deal with the situation, no matter what the situation is. If it is unfavorable and it is unpleasant. So the first thing is the acceptance of the situation. Number two, become serious to resolve the situation. And number three, have firm faith that this experience is being generated because of my previous karma. I have always existed and I will always exist. Real me was never born and real me would never die. Obviously, if it is not subject to birth, if you understand the term birth, obviously, if it is not subject to birth, then it's meaningless to even ponder that it would die or bodily demise. We are saving our time. We are cutting to the chase. We are not in the thinking process. We are one with divine here. You see, thinking process may try to interrupt, but we are not listening to thinking process. We are trying to resolve the situation, if you understand what I'm saying to you. So what happens basically, this is the third thing that you tell in the situation. The situation, of course, is disorder. The previous karma, the disease, is also a situation. It's a long-term situation. So we have acceptance. Any unpleasant or unfavorable situation, we do not wish that I wish it could be like this or that. No, we are not here to pity party. And number three, the affirmation to yourself, which is I always have existed and I always will. You see, this experience which is being generated, the three-dimensional reality, which truly is a very narrow band. Have you heard the term narrow band and broadband? We talked about that. Anyway, so you reassure yourself, so you gain strength from sacred. There is a tons of hope, and you do not just verbalize it. Oh, I have always existed and I will always exist. No, I don't want you to know this through your thinking process. I don't want you to know this through my words of truth and wisdom, even though they are the words of truth and wisdom. I don't want you to theoretically understand that. No, I do not want you to use your very intellect to know. I do not want you to do any of these things that I have just mentioned. I don't want you to do that. I want you to know it. I do not want you to imagine that. I want you to know what I'm saying to you, that you have always existed and you would always exist. And it is very possible to know it through your own experience. You know why? Because I do it all the time, if you understand. Because I live this way. And this video is very significant, this message. I'm sure you have noticed basically, I'm sure you have noticed I try to not talk too much about myself, but if I have to make a point in your awareness, then I have to use a reference point, and the reference point is me. I do not talk fictional here. I do not talk romance here, or anything, any number of those things. I tell you things through my own experience. And the reason I tell you that, because I give you hope. The hope is, if yes can do it, so can I, you see. And that's exactly true, because I live that way. I can see 1,000 years in the future. As a matter of fact, in this moment in time, I am right now. My eyes are straight. I am in meditation, even though all that I'm talking to you. I am in meditation, and I hope the energy I am creating in this meditation, I hope this energy heals you. I hope this energy takes away the pain from you. I hope this energy brings clarity in your perception. I hope that the words of truth and wisdom resonates through you. You see, I can see 1,000 years right now in the future. You know that? Because there is no future. There is just now. By the time you are experiencing the future, it would be now, wouldn't it? Now, understand all what I said. You see, you know that I have always existed and I always will when you make what I do your daily practice. As I mentioned a while back, not long ago, here in the same message, that if you fell, Meaning, hypothetically, not that you are falling. I'm just saying hypothetically. For example, if just like a poor person who is addicted to alcohol, you see, I gave that example, and this poor person was drinking all the time. Every now and then, a couple of drinks is not a big problem, but if you depend on it, you have a serious problem. Not only a problem, if you depend on it, you have a very serious problem. I'm not joking with you. Anyway, so what happens? They tell them in the meeting or any of the people this person meets, this poor person who is addicted to alcohol, that you do not worry if you slip. You do not worry if you broke the agreement. You just get yourself up and keep going. That's what I'm telling you, the same thing. If sometimes your 100% would vary based on your circumstances, sometimes your 100% would vary based on your on the climate, sometimes your 100% would vary, sometimes your 100% would vary based on your surroundings, sometimes your 100% would vary based on the people you are coming in contact with, your health, everything. Everything counts, isn't it? It's all the life. It's all life is happening. You see, as Lenin said, life is what's happening to you when you are busy making other plans. That's a beautiful thing to say. It's brilliant wisdom. Anyway, so your 100% would vary, but it doesn't matter. You see, mind, if it becomes stronger, it turns into evil. Know that. That's why in the yogic culture, the first thing we learn to the first thing we learn is to shush the mind, to quiet the mind, get a mastery on the mind. That's the first thing we do. Then you would manifest like this. If you like what you see, then you would manifest like this. Your focus would be so piercing. So wherever you slip off because of the circumstances, mind would tell you, hey, look, you messed it up now, and now you got to start over. No, you don't have to start over. You see, there is no such thing as a start over. You see, it's an illusion. It's an illusion created by the mind. You just get yourself up and you keep going. You look straight and you keep going. You do not listen to the mind. You do not subscribe any type of significance to the mind or your thoughts. You just keep going. And how would you keep going? When I started this video, when I started this video, I do not know for how long I have been talking, but it's a great thing because I want to make sure I have covered all the bases because before I take off to evolve further in a different form. That's what I want to make sure that I have given you enough truth and wisdom. You see, in the beginning of this video, when I started this video, I told you that you sit straight. It's very simple. It's very generic, but you are not used to of it. You are used to led by your mind. You are used to led by your thoughts. You are used to led by all this tension. Unfortunately, mind can be very compelling, if you understand what I'm saying to you. Remember, other day I tried to tell you the tension when you pull a rubber band. Remember that rubber band? When I gave you the example of the rubber band, it's a super thick rubber band, brand new. You take a rubber band and you pull it. You see the tension between two of your fingers. That's the tension of the rubber band, is the tension it thought creates in you. It says, I'm very compelling. Look at me. I'm very compelling. Give me a chance. I'm very compelling. This is the last time. No, this is all demented. If the thought is not telling you something that you find evidence, you do not board on the thought during meditation. You see, the best time to perform meditation is first thing in the morning. You know why? Because you're fresh. You have not perceived as much data, basically, during the day. The first thing in the morning means during you have not seen the during the day, isn't it? It's first thing in the morning. It's not during the day. During the day, you have perceived data through your five senses, which are all outbound, but you have not collected the data through your five senses during the day. That's the best time to perform meditation. A person, they do not miss a single retreat here. They said, yes, how can meditation heal? I can understand about the disorders usually when we relate something through to our mental health, disease when we relate something to our physical health. You see, when I speak as close as humanly possible, so there remains no confusion. It is also a gift from divinity to me. You see, it is, sorry, it is also a gift from divinity to me. So he said that I can understand the disorders, but how the diseases? You see, the thing is, you can cure yourself once you take the charge of your mind, whether it is a disorder or it's a disease. And I can promise you. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not joking with you. If you take certain charge on your mind and the way you think, you can literally get rid of the diseases, the bodily diseases, and as well as the disorders. All you got to do is to take charge of the mind. And how are you going to do it? This is how. It's simple. Everything is so simple. You heard of Deepak Chopra? I'm not entirely sure if you have heard. There was a time a while back when we were living up north in Washington State that I had a little correspondence with him, not in person, but through we were exchanging some messages through email and stuff. He's a very wise person. He's doctor. Actually, it's Dr. Deepak Chopra. And he is also from India, but he resides here in America. And he's also a brilliant human being. He has served humanity to its best. And I am a huge fan, sir. You know. So Deepak Chopra has this capability. He cured basically cancer patients just through the spirituality. He cured people who were diagnosed, basically, people who were diagnosed with cancer. You see, and were told by numerous doctors that there is no hope, or any number of things, human tell you. So he basically cured people with cancer, with depression, with anxiety, using spirituality, using yoga and meditation techniques. All we do basically, you know what we do? We take charge of our mind. The way we think, if we change that, we can literally cure everything, and then life becomes very easy. The fear is gone, the anxiety is gone, the depression is gone, um, or quite a few diseases, unfortunately, which are attached to our body, they are gone. All this is gone only because of the meditation. So, practical is practical. We cannot get the results if we do not do practical. You understand? Practical is a must. Practical is practical. I was keeping an eye on time here also, because of the private meditation session. So that's also getting close. If you have any questions, you can write me. My viewers, my seers, my truth seekers, just remember, I love you. I always have, and I always will. And let's do some meditation before I take off. And I dedicate this energy to anyone who needs it. And anyone, basically, I dedicate this energy, anyone who needs it, anyone who is in the need of my energy. I want them to heal. I want them to have the strength. I want them. I want them to have the strength. I want them to have the strength to shed their also karma, and I wish them all the best in their life. Now you see, I won this water since I spoke so much. Let's do some meditation. See the posture. O Brahman, O the sense of self-awareness, O pure consciousness, send this healing energy to Sarah. O Brahman, O the sense of self-awareness, O pure consciousness, send this healing energy to Elizabeth. O Brahman, O eternity, O Paramatma, O the cosmos, give us the strength to shed the karma. Send the healing energy to Jay. Send the healing energy to whoever needs it. Send my love to the entire cosmos, because I have that kind of love in me. I have that kind of compassion in me. Send my strength to the entire cosmos, because I have that too. Om Shiva. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.